In this video, we are going to see how to build and deploy a .NET API to an Azure App Service. Let me walk you through the steps. Let's click on Pipelines and let's create a new pipeline here. So here we have two ways of doing it. One is the YAML based and another one is the Classic Editor. So let's go ahead with the Classic Editor. So here we need to select the repository. So in our case, it's a GitHub. So here the service connection to connect to the GitHub is already established, and we already have a separate video added for this. We can go through that for more details. Now let me select the repository, and by default the main branch got loaded, and even now the code is sitting in the same branch. Let me click on continue. So here I'll be going with empty job, and apart from that here this is just for information, like we have predefined or pre-configured templates available. You can make use of this as well. But for this video, I'll go with the empty job. So once I am in the pipeline structure, first I'll be naming it. I just named with the repository name itself because this is a single repo. It's not a mono repo. That is the reason I just went ahead with the name itself. And now the second thing, I need to select the agent pool. So here by default, the Microsoft hosted agents are available. So I need to select the self-hosted agent. So get source has already been configured to the main branch. And now let's click on the agent job. So this is where I need to add the task for building the application. So let's start doing that. So first is use .NET Core. So here I need to specify the version of the .NET application, which is 8. So once that is done, we need to start adding the rest of the task. The first one will be the restore. I'll be using the same .NET or .NET Core task. So first let me change the command to use .NET restore. And I need to select the service connection here. So here we have the option to either select the service connection or the subscription directly. So I'll go ahead with the service connection. So now I need to fill in the project or the solution name. Let's check the repository. So this is my repository. It's a single project repository. So here I already created a solution as well as a project as well. So let me pass in the project solution name. Or I can say that's a solution name, SLN file. And nothing in argument, and rest everything will be a default. So now let me add the next task, which is again, I'll use the .NET Core. So here I'll be using the .NET build itself. So again, let me select the service connection. And here either we can pass a project or solution. So this time I'll be using the project. So this is my project. And arguments, I can just give it like a release configuration as a release. So here I can pass it something like this. Either the configuration is equal to release, or just you can pass like C as well. Even this can be done. So let's go ahead with the next task, which again will be the .NET Core, but this time it's a publish. We'll be publishing the artifact here. So let me select the service connection again. So here, anyways, we have only single project and we don't want the published web project to be done. So I'll be unchecking this, and instead I'll be directly giving the path of my project. Let me grab it again. Okay, so this time again for argument, let me add the argument for this. So again, we'll be adding the configuration and the output. -o is output. So here I'm configuring this to output to be stored in the artifact staging directory. So let me add a additional path. Let me call it as binaries. So here I need to, this binary store, yeah, the binary should be zipped. Well, I'll go with the zip published project here. And I don't need the folder path, so I'm unchecking this. So now we already have the zip artifact. Now I have to publish this. Publish build artifact. So what I'll do, I'll use the same path. So this is the path from which I need to publish. So I'll give an artifact name as, let me give it as .NET, or I'll give it as binaries itself. Yep, that's it in the build stage. Let me save and queue this. So usually if any errors or something is that this will be a failure, or else it will be a green tick mark coming in. So let me move to the next stage. So meanwhile, let the build get completed. We can complete creating the release part as well. So here again, I'll be clicking on new and new release pipeline. Again, I'll be going ahead with the empty job here. And let me give the stage name. Usually these are the environment specific name, but I'll go with the dev for now. And then let me link the artifact. So here I'll be using the source build pipeline. So it's a CloudOps.NET API. Let me copy this name because I'll use the same name for the pipeline name as well. So once it is done, I'll be configuring the one job or zero task. So here first let's configure the agent job. So as I said before, the by default it will be Microsoft hosted. Agent pools will be loaded. So I'll be selecting the self-hosted agent. So let me add the task here. So it's app service. We'll go with the service deploy kind. Yeah, it is Azure App Service deploy. So let's see what all things we need to configure here. I'll be going with the same task version, no changes to that. It's a 5. Let me select the subscription. Then we need to select the app service type here. In my case, it will be the Linux. And we need to select the app service name. Let's see what all gets populated here. Okay, yeah. The app service name is the .NET API Cloud Ops. It got populated. We're good. Packages by default will be taking the zip file. And here I will be adding the runtime stack, which will be the .NET 8. And we need to give the startup command. There's an entry point for the application. So this will be .NET and the DLL name. So this was my project solution, entry point project solution. The same thing will be the DLL as well. I'm giving the same thing. And let me save this for now. Meanwhile, let's go back and check the pipeline. Okay, so this is completed. So we are good with this. We have this green tick mark here. Let's check the artifact for better understanding. It's a binary.zip. Let me download this and show you what is the content. Yep. So this is a content. So this was our entry point DLL available here. This is entry point DLL. So we are good with the artifact. Now let's deploy it using the release pipeline. So this is a pipeline which we created. So let me create a release. So by default, it will be deployed. Let's click on create. So now this will be creating a release 1. So once you click on that, you'll have the detail of the execution details. So there will be 3 tasks in this case. First, it will be checking out. The second, it will download. And the third one, it will deploy to the respective app service. Let's wait for some time. Now the deployment is completed. Let's see the logs. Let me click on this task. So here, let me copy this URL. And here it clearly says the deployed web package to app service. Let's execute it. And my endpoint name is with the slash weather forecast. Yeah. So my data is getting pulled in, the same data I have given in here. Let's see from the controller. It's pulling the data what is needed. Okay, that completes the video. Thank you.